Hi guys, I think we're live. I'm not sure. Let me go back and see if I can see on my fabulous laptop if I am live. Let me double check. Can't remember where it is that I had to go. My channel. Okay, yeah, it looks like I am. Okay, so I'm going to try to remember to look at this camera when I'm talking and not look at my tablet. I had a question from my email group, and it was about the way I do layers and how I go through layers. So I'm going to take you down to the stamping surface, and we're going to talk about how I create layers and why when I'm doing my videos, I'm just rattling them off as fast as I do. So let's go down to the stamping area and let's show you what I mean. Okay, so this is my case that I use, and sorry for the glare, but what happens is that I go ahead and I took a piece of the Stampin' Up! Grid paper and I marked it off. So you see how I have different colors here. This is to help me with my layering. So if I want a good size layer, I go ahead and I use the same color. So this is going to give you that 1/8 of an inch layer, frame, whatever. If you go just one size down, it's going to give you that really small, almost a 1/16 of an inch, or maybe it's the other way around. So let me show you what I mean. So inside here, so I have this, like I said, I have this in a case, and I put it on a piece of cardboard. Sorry, it's making me very nervous. This is the first time I've done live, so it's making me a little nervous, but everyone does lives. I've got to get into the business and not rely on if I say something wrong that I can edit it out. Okay, so inside of my case, I have 2 different stacks of the layers all cut out and marked. So what I do on these is I will go ahead and figure out, all right, so here's my card base. I want to do a pretty big frame around that. So this will tell me, okay, so then I'm going to go to that size. If I want to go down and do some words, I will go ahead and pick that size and then figure out how big I want my greeting to be. So as you can see, this is all the bigger greetings. So then I would know, here's my base card. I need to cut a piece that's 3 3/4 by 5. I need to cut then for my greetings a 2 by 3 1/4 and a 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. So then that's how I can figure out my layouts in the cards. Now if I wanted to show more of this layer, I would go down even further. So let me go ahead and find, now that's the same color. I usually like doing off colors just so I can see how it looks. So then I'd be like, okay, I kind of like that. Oh, and I kind of like how that looks. So what are my measurements here? So again, here's my base card. There's my first layer. There's this layer for the background of my greeting, and then there's my greeting sentiment. Very, very, for me, a very good way to keep track of what I am cutting and creating and doing. Now, let's say you have a leftover piece of something and you want to incorporate that into your card. What I do is then I will take this and see how I'm looking at how much of a frame I have here. So if I had this piece that I was using and I wanted to layer it, I would fit this inside of where I want it to be, and then I will just look and see, oh, so to do a layer, I would go 2.5 by 3 3/4. And let me show you what I mean by that. So let's take this, according to my little grid here. If I want that much of a frame, I would go 2.5 by 3 3/4. So I would go 2.5. Oh, and it would help if I actually cut and then score 2.5 by 3 3/4. And now I've created a layer that will work for that existing piece of cardstock that I have. Now let's say you have a bigger piece like this that is going to take up pretty much your whole card base. So let's go back. And I gotta go like this just so I can find my biggest ones. So let's go back to this. See how this is going to go all the way across? And I'm like, okay, I don't know how big this is. I can measure it out, or I can put it against here and see, okay, if I want a really thin layer on the top and bottom, I'm going to go and I'm going to make it 2 1/4 inches. See how this is 2 1/4 here? So then I would take another sheet. Let me see what I have here off to the side. Oh, I have a bunch of card bases. All right, so let me grab a layer, and I would go 2 1/4. And then I would cut this down to whatever size I need it to be. And there you came up with that layer. All right. So that's how I go about and get all of my layering dimensions. And when I'm doing my videos, I have this off to the side here so I can see it, so I can see my measurements really quick. Now, when I used to have a downline, we would sometimes use this. Really, we use the grid paper more than anything, but I found that this was a better tool for newer stampers and even for your experienced stampers. So if you would like, I have a couple of extra sets that I have made, but I have not marked on. Some people like using labels, some like writing on in pen. So for the first 2 people who place an order on my website, a $50 order before tax, shipping, and handling, so a $50 merchandise order, I will send you a copy, a set of the layers. I will send you this printout from the grid paper, and I will send you a case to put it in. So it'll be just a plain case. I won't have all of this. So then you will cut this out and you'll put it inside your case. So I just have this inside the lining here. All right, so for the first 2 people, because I have 2 of the guides left. Sorry, they're in blue and pink, but that's what I made them in. So you'll get a set of this, you'll get the printout, and you'll get a case free just for placing an order on my online store. All right, guys, let me get back up here. So like I said, I'm just doing this to test out this live feature, this streaming. It's been a very busy weekend. I was in Iowa all weekend. I have a cousin, a second cousin, who is not doing as good in her cancer journey as I am. So I went back to see her. They recently put her in hospice. So went back and saw her. And while I was in Iowa, I was only going to be there Saturday and Sunday. My husband texts me Sunday morning saying that half of our big tree in the front was in the street. Not sure what happened there. Now, mind you, 9 years ago, last Saturday, is when the tree right by our house got struck by lightning. I mean, the tree is like this far from the house. It's like a crabapple tree or whatever. So half the tree was in the street, so the city had to come out, the village had to come out and take care of it. Um, so yeah, just craziness. Tree going down. My cousin is really not doing well in her journey. And the only good thing I could say about the weekend is that we all got together as family. So it was good to see a lot of the family. And came back home to my immediate family here in Illinois and just relaxed yesterday and decided that I was going to try tackling my fears by doing this live stream. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We'll see. You'll see eventually. Um, but just wanted to go ahead and try it. And I'm hoping you all have a good Monday. It's July 3rd, if I did say at the beginning. I don't think I did. So I hope you're having a good weekend, long day weekend, hopefully for you, like it is for me. I took today off. But hopefully you're safe out there and you have a good 4th of July celebration. And I hope to get back on here sometime soon. All right, guys. Thanks a lot and take care. Have a great day.